Oh, perfect. I was just going to call you. I need your help. Come on. Sorry, Mom. I'll be down later for dinner. Say hi. Okay, bye. Okay. Well, first things first. I am so sorry for the radio silence. I didn't mean to make you feel iced out or anything like that. I just really needed time to figure out a few things. My mind was a mess after the last time. I mean, that was absolute crazy, wasn't it? But I think I finally got it together. I was going to call you, but I guess I didn't need to after all. So, I was looking through all the books to see if I could find out anything about what happened in the forest, and it took me all week. But I think I finally found something we could use. Take a look at this. It seems like the Blue Book is mostly focused on gathering information. That and setting up defenses of some kind. I haven't translated the whole thing yet, but I figured that the first thing we should do is to figure out what we're actually dealing with, right? So, to start, we... Huh? Oh. I guess I'm kinda rushing through things, huh? But I'm okay. I'm perfectly fine. See? Well, as fine as I can be considering this whole thing. I know, I sort of just disappeared from school. I just couldn't go to school and forget everything that happened in the forest. I couldn't just pretend like nothing happened. We saw real magic. It wasn't just my imagination. It was real, honest-to-goodness magic. The forest, the elk, the pixie fairy thing. All of that wasn't normal. That thing knew me somehow. Or at least, it seemed like it did. And you saw the same thing I did. That light, or barrier, or whatever it was, kept the elk inside the forest. But when it pushed on the barrier, the forest grew. I've been checking every day since that morning, and it's getting closer. It's not by much, but it's coming, and I don't want it to get any closer to my home. What if something happens to my mom, or if someone just decides to wander in? That would be my fault. I'm the one who decided to do that stupid ritual. It's my fault this is all happening. And I just wanted us to stay together, to keep us close, and... I'm sorry. I've just been so... Right. Yeah. I just wanted your help with another spell. This one might help us to find out more about the forest, the elk, and maybe that fairy too. Well, I say might because it's not a normal identification spell, like a few others in the book. I'm pretty sure those would give us more concrete details, but I don't think we should try them. They all seem to need an actual piece of the creature or object related to the creature to work, and that seems kind of terrible. But this one that I picked out doesn't need anything other than stuff that we've got in the house. So, better than nothing, right? I've got to do something. Anything to make this better. I hope you'll trust me on this. See? You're the best. Okay, so the ritual is called Recollection. It allows you to examine your own memories with a sharper focus. I can re-experience or recollect what happened last week without all the fear and adrenaline clouding my mind. I think that I might be able to notice more details if I do this. I was scared out of my mind, so I can hardly remember anything. So with the spell, I'll be able to take better note of the surroundings. Well, good question. First thing I'll need help with is easy. I just need you to help me set up everything for when I cast it. And it's not like we've done that a million times, right? uh, well, the other part will be a little more odd, I think. If my translation is right, the spell works by bringing my subconscious to the forefront of my mind. I probably won't be all there, if that makes any sense. I'll need you to guide me through the memories. Ask me questions so I know what to remember, I guess. I know it sounds a little spooky, having control over me, but I trust you. I trust you with all my heart. You're the only person in this whole entire world I trust my mind to. So, are you gonna help me? Alright. So, prepping for this is easy. We'll need water, ice, anything reflective, like this tiny mirror. Let's get the ingredients and then meet back here. I'll get the water and ice, and you can collect a few mirrors from around the house. Okie dokies. Yeah, you can place those over there. Did that thing actually have a mirror inside of it? Huh. I never knew that. Sure got a lot. Yeah, I guess that counts. It is reflective, sorta. Mm-hmm. Plenty of ice and water. Mom will probably be asking for the water filter back later, but that's okay. I think that should be everything. Huh? Oh, yeah. Well, I know I had said I only really made progress on the green book, which took forever. 2 years, yeah. But I started working on the blue one about 6 months ago, but only whenever I got fed up with the green book, though I didn't get very far with it. But then after that day in the forest, something just clicked. Like, something, well, something was telling me that I needed to have another crack at the blue one. Like it would help me. So, I guess my intuition or whatever was right. Oh, but I do have a question of my own for you. I actually wanted to ask, well, how did you get away from the elk when it split away from me? Don't get me wrong, I was so relieved to see that you were okay, but I really thought we were done for. We both saw it after we got out. It was standing inside the trees like they weren't even there, like a ghost. I just kept thinking about it over and over in my head, but it just doesn't make sense. How are you able to outrun a giant monster like that when it didn't even have to slow down to avoid anything in its way? You felt alive? I guess it must have been the adrenaline that got you out. If you say so. Well, either way, I'm glad that we both got out. I'm really grateful. I mean, we didn't even get that hurt, thank goodness. Okay. Well, with that, I think everything's set up. Are you ready for this? Okay, so before I start, take my notebook. I wrote a bunch of questions that I think you should ask me. Gosh, that's weird to say. Give it a look and feel free to add any questions that you think I might have missed. Just make sure that you ask about the big stuff, like the elk and the fairy. I'm not sure that I'll be able to keep the spell going for any longer than a few minutes, so we have to prioritize. So, what do you think? Did I miss anything? Great. Now we can begin for real. All right, let's do this. You know, to be honest, I'm a bit nervous. My hands are pretty clammy. You, right? But I don't know, I'm just, well, I was so confident going into this, and look at me now. This is only the second time we've actually done this after all. What happened on Halloween could have just been a fluke, or maybe... Okay. I know, I'm... Let me just take a deep breath. Yeah, it'd probably be better to just give it a shot instead of running down the list of reasons why this might not work. Thanks. Okay, alright. Let's do this. One more time. For real now. Herbimus pulchra lactio spatiorum pro ceremonia celeris receptionis nuptiarium pandium vesperi imagine relaxationis tempus fundus idilla multa praebat actibi perfect principum cessere vitrum frangutut navicula in madium lundum iamo ut movere invocamus terram. Interesting. Quite interesting. Well, look at this. Halt a moment. Before you start, I have a question of my own. What is my name? Serena. Well, that's not too bad at all. Serena. What a fine name. It sounds quite elegant. Quite fitting, I would say. As much as I love that precious look on your face, I'm pretty sure you have questions to ask, don't you? Well then? Strange, am I? I suppose it is not as you thought, then. Huh? Ah. Well, I can't tell if you cast the spell correctly if you don't tell me what you wanted to do. Well, then you both did it correctly. Well done. Ah, yes. I suppose it is a bit different than what you are describing, No. My translation was correct. Just about anyone else who'd cast the spell would become more docile and easy to interrogate, just like the book says. I'm just one of the few exceptions. The spell works differently for me. And before you ask, I'm not going to tell you why that is. All you need to know is that Serena is a part of... No, I am a part of Serena. I'm sorry, but I can't tell you now. We haven't had the time, unfortunately, and it just isn't the information you need. I'm sure that you both cast this spell for a reason, and I want to help you. So please, tell me what you want, and I'll give you what you need. Do you understand? Well, go on then. So we were attacked by a creature. Describe it to me. Give me everything that you can remember, not just what you saw. I need what you heard, felt, even smelled. It'll help me find the memories you're talking about. Go. Why did you stop halfway? I thought... Ah, I see. The images you see flashing here are all Serena's memories. The ones surrounding us right now are what we call her center. These are the memories that she revisits the most. You seem to be in quite a few of them. Now don't turn away in embarrassment. I still need your help. Ah, I think I see it now. Look in the mirror. Is this what chased you? How tragic. It is not quite a creature, but yes, I do know what it is. Although it is saddening to see it in this state. I meant what I said. It is not a creature that is trapped in the forest. It is the forest. A manifestation of the forest's will. That's why it can pass through trees without destroying it. Well, it would be poor form for a location to destroy itself, wouldn't it? That is also why it cannot leave the forest. One cannot exit themselves. Usually. Manifestations of locations like these are called voices. And this one here is dying. See how half is covered with flowers, roots, and greenery. If the forest were healthy, the voice of the forest would be completely covered in it. Instead, its body is overtaken by rot and decay, meaning the forest itself is in a similar state. It must be in pain. It is difficult to say only looking at these memories. Why? It could be that the forest was not brought here correctly. It could be that the world is harming the forest in some way, or maybe it was already like this before, sir. Before I brought it here. All of that is irrelevant, though. What you really want to know is how to stop it, correct? In that case, you have 3 options. You could kill the voice, heal it, or reinforce the barrier to keep the forest from expanding. No. She cannot send it back. That's not possible right now. Not with Serena's skill level. She's nowhere near what she needs to be to do that kind of magic. It could seriously hurt her if she were to take such a decision. My personal recommendation. It would be best for you to reinforce the barrier. The other 2 paths are still very dangerous. Whether you wish to kill or heal the voice, either would require Serena to be near her target for any spell to take hold. Reinforcing the barrier, however, would only need a few ingredients from the forest to properly prepare it. Then you could just wait it out. Well, you're right. It's like catching an animal in a trap and letting it starve, because that's exactly what would happen. It would be cruel and heartbreaking, but it would keep both of you safe. I hate it as much as you do, but it is the best option. The safest. You asked for my recommendation and I gave it to you. I'm not going to make the decision for either of you. So here. I've opened the books to the spell you'll need for each of the 3 paths. The 2 of you are free to do whatever you wish, but please, be careful. I'm running out of time. Before I go, I need you to listen to me. After you get the forest under control, you need to get me to stop using magic. If I don't stop, terrible things that I cannot explain will happen. Do you understand? And you can't tell her that I said it. She won't listen. It has to come from you. She'll listen to you. Goodbye. It was very good to see you again. I guess it's over? I'm back. Oh. Why was I so close to you? Was I crying? Oh, why can't anything be normal?